Now we will see types of wireless media. The wireless media is not the form of an electrical or optical conductor. In most cases, the Earth's atmosphere is used as the physical path to carry data from sender to receiver. Wireless media is used when it is not possible to use media due to distance or obstructions make cable media difficult. There are four main types. First, radio wave, second, microwave, third, infrared, and fourth, satellite. Now, we will see radio wave. Radio waves have frequencies between 10 kHz and 1 GHz. The range of electromagnetic spectrum between 10 kHz and 1 kHz is called radio frequency. Radio waves include the three types. First, short wave used in AM radio. Second, very high frequency VHF used in FM radio and TV. And third is ultra high frequency UHF used in TV. Radio waves can broadcast omnidirectionally or directionally. The power of the RF signal is determined by the antenna or transceiver. Now, applications of radio waves. First application is cellular communication. Second, wireless LAN. And third application is satellite communication. Now, we will see microwave. Microwave makes use of a lower gigahertz frequency of the electromagnetic spectrum. These frequencies are higher than the radio frequencies and they produce better throughput and performance. There are two types of microwaves. First is terrestrial and second is satellite. Microwaves are basically unidirectional electromagnetic waves with a frequency range from 1 to 300 GHz. Microwaves use space wave propagation. The space wave propagation is also called as line of sight communication. Due to large bandwidth available, it is possible to allot wider subbands. Therefore, high data rates can be easily supported using microwave communication. Now, we will see one of the type of microwave is terrestrial microwave system. This system is used directional parabolic antennas to transmit and receive signals in the lower gigahertz range. The signals are highly focused and the physical path must be line of sight. Relay towers are used to extend the range. Smaller terrestrial microwave system can be used even within a building. Now, applications of microwave transmission. First application is one-to-one communication. Second, in cellular phone. Third, in satellite network. Fourth, in the wireless LANs. The third type of wireless media is infrared. The electromagnetic waves having frequencies from 300 GHz to 400 GHz are known as infrared waves. Infrared waves use line of sight propagation. Infrared light is a communication medium whose properties are significantly different from those of the radio frequency. A very important property of the infrared light is that it cannot penetrate walls. That means it can be easily contained within a room. Due to this property, the infrared light can be used with a much reduced interference. Also, the some frequencies band can be used in equipment located in the adjacent room as well. The wavelength of the infrared light ranges from 850 nm and 900 nm, where the receivers and good sensitivity are available. Another advantage of infrared communication is the very large bandwidth which is available for use but has not been exploited to its full extent. The major disadvantages is the major disadvantage is that the sun generates radiation in the infrared band. This can cause a lot of interference with infrared communication. The infrared band can be used in development of very high-speed wireless LANs in future. Uh, Application of infrared is for communication between keyboards, mouse, PCs, and printer. So, we already learned different types of wireless media. Now, we will see advantages of wireless media. First advantage is no wire are required to be used. Second, wireless transmission has larger coverage area than that of wired transmission. Third, wireless media has large bandwidth. Fourth, it is easy to add new users to existing network. Fifth, wireless media does not need any maintenance. Sixth, wireless transmission can be used when the number of users is huge. For example, TV broadcasting, radio broadcasting, mobile phone network. So these are the advantages of wireless media. Now we will see disadvantages of wireless media. First disadvantage is small objects such as walls can obstruct the signal. Second, weather conditions such as rain, fog, moisture can increase signal attenuation and disturb the communication. Let us discuss what is multiplexing. So, multiplexing means dividing one link into multiple channels, and that is the main purpose of multiplexing. For the better utilization of bandwidth, multiplexing has been introduced. Multiplexing is the set of technique that allows the simultaneous transmission of multiple signals across a single data link. Always, you know that multiplexing this word means that is something but having got maximum or various type of insecures. So, for the bigger utilization of bandwidth, multiplexing has been introduced. So that we utilize our bandwidth to the fullest extent. Bandwidth, you know, bandwidth means difference between the maximum frequency and the minimum frequency allowed, that is known as bandwidth of the medium. Multiplexing is a set of technique that allows the simultaneous transmission of multiple signals across a single data link. Also, whenever the bandwidth of a medium linking two devices is greater than the bandwidth needs of the devices, the link can be shared. So, just consider this one we're supposed to have one data link here. So, here we're having the multiplexer and demultiplexer. That is, in short, we call as mux and demux. So, multiplexer at the sending end and demux at the receiving end. Here we are having n number of input lines, and this one link will be utilized by the transmission of n numbers of channels. for n numbers of input lines, and in the demux we're having n numbers of output lines. So dividing a link into multiple channels in the respective case for this multiplexing. So let us discuss what are the different categories of multiplexing. There are main three categories. One for the frequency division multiplexing. It will be applicable for analog signals. Wavelength division multiplexing for the analog signal, and time division multiplexing for the digital signal. So there are three basic multiplexing techniques are here. One is a frequency division multiplexing, in short FDM. Another is wavelength division multiplexing, in short WDM, and time division multiplexing, that is TDM. This TDM having two types. One is the synchronous time division multiplexing and another one is the statistical time division multiplexing. So let us see each one of them. Phase division multiplexing. This is the simplest method of physical multiplexing in which physically individual communication lines are packaged at the source. At the receiving end, each line slot is separated to connect each line to individual destination as shown in figure. The advantage of the method is that it allows individual lines to each user and a baseband for short distance. Another advantage of SDM is that its system is simple to install and use. So, FDM, that is frequency division multiplexing, is an analog technique that can be applied when the bandwidth of a link is greater than the combined bandwidth of the signal to be transmitted. When the signal bandwidth combining all the signals which are to be transmitted, if it is greater than the bandwidth allowed in the respective media. So, in that case, we will be going for this frequency division multiplexing. Then what will happen? We'll be dividing this particular link into multiple channels, and all these particular channels having some inter separation gap. So also known as inter-channel gap. So these are the gaps will be there. So how many channels are there? We have shown here 3 channels. So here we're having the input line. Then the multiplexer channels are getting created or defined. Then through each and every channel the data is getting transmitted. And at the receiving end, having the demux and the output lines will be obtained accordingly. Frequency division multiplexing is an analog multiplexing technique that combines analog signals. So, what is time division multiplexing? We can explain this time division multiplexing with this diagram. So, time division is a digital multiplexing technique for combining several low rate channels into the one high rate channel. So, now we can find this. This one here, we're having say 4 terminals. Terminal number 1, terminal number 2, terminal number 3 and terminal number 4. And they are having to communicate to the media. Then what will happen? This multiplexing will gather the data which are to be transmitted to the respected node, and they will allocate bandwidth for one of the channel at a time for a certain duration of time. Then what will happen? For a certain time of quantum, this particular terminal can transmit its data utilization full bandwidth of the link. So now you see here, these terminals are marked number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. So for this particular time, the communication of data through the media will be done from the terminal number 1 only. Then this full bandwidth will be allocated for the terminal number 2 only. Then terminal number 3 and terminal number 4 in this way. So what will happen in case of time division multiplexing? That is no need to have broadband within the respective channel. Now we are going to talk about the four types of connectivity devices, and they are modem, hub, repeater and router. So let us have a look into each devices in detail. So first we will start with the modem. Now we all know modem works as modulator and demodulator. Now what is modulator and what is demodulator? Now we all know our computer understands only digital data, or you can say your computer can carry only digital data, whereas the telephone lines it can carry only analog data. Now suppose if I am connecting computer A with computer B via some telephone lines, then computer A will transfer a data in the form of binary data. The binary data will get passed along the telephone lines. But when the binary data will get passed along the telephone line will not understand the binary data. So it converts that binary data, or you can say your digital data, into analog data. So modem does that. So modem will convert the digital data into a binary data, and it will pass to the computer B. Now when it will go to the computer B, again that analog data will get back transferred into digital data. And this process is called as demodulation. So that's why modem works as modulator and demodulator. Modem basically converts digital signals into analog signals, and at the destination again analog signal gets back converted into a digital signal. So this is the basic work of modem. Hub centralized network means what? Suppose if I want to connect the node in the star topology, then those nodes don't get connected to each other directly. They get connected via hub. And whenever there is a need to send or receive the message, first they send message to the hub, and then hub browses the data to the appropriate destination. So that is the basic use of hub. There are three types of hub. First, passive hub. A passive hub simply combines the signals of a network segment. There is no signal processing or regeneration. It merely acts as a connector. With a passive hub, each computer receives the signal sent from all the other computers connected to the hub. Second type of hub is active hub. There are like passive hub but have electronic components for regeneration and amplification of signals. By using active hub, the distance between devices can be increased. An active hub is equivalent to a multi-point repeater. The main drawback of active hub is that they amplifies noise as well as along with the signal. Third type is intelligent hub. In addition to signal regeneration, intelligent hub performs some other intelligence functions such as network management and intelligent path selection. Now, the next connectivity device we have that is called as repeaters. The basic use of repeater is to regenerate a signal. Now, whenever the signal passes along the wire, some part of the signal gets absorbed in the atmosphere. So, when we pass a signal along the wire, we place a repeater in between. So, what is repeater do? This repeater basically regenerates the signal, they amplify the signal, and they pass the signal to the appropriate destination. So, a repeater reshapes and amplifies the signal from one network to another. The general meaning all transmission media vehicles the electromagnetic waves that travel through them. Attenuation of signal limits the distance any medium can carry data. Devices that amplify signal to ensure data transmission are called as repeaters. There are some advantages of repeaters. First advantage, repeaters can regenerate the desired information and extend the network. Second, it reduces the number of errors introduced due to noise. There are some disadvantages also. A repeater cannot connect two LANs. It can only connect two devices connected in the same LAN. Second disadvantage is repeaters must be placed at the precise point at link so as to be effective. Router. Router is a networking device which forwards the data packets between computer networks. Routers perform the traffic directing function on the internet. The two important functions performed by a router are determination of the path and packet forwarding. Routers are devices that connect two or more networks. They consist of combination of hardware and software. The hardware can be in the form of network server, a separated computer, or a specific device, as well as the physical interface to the various networks in the internet. Various types of network can be interconnected through routers. The software in a router are operating system and the routing protocol. Management software can also be used. Routers use logical and physical accessing to connect two or more logical separated networks. The large network is organized into small network segments called as subnets, and these subnets are interconnected via routers. There are different types of routers. First, wired router. Second, wireless router. Third type of router is core and edge router. Fourth, virtual router. And last type of router is broadcast router.